So in today's session, we'll be discussing about modules, packages, and so on. How we can do it in Python. So for today's session, we'll be using PyCharm IDE. So you can use any IDE that you want if you want to try this thing on your own. But I'm using PyCharm IDE. So this is the educational version of PyCharm IDE. It's free, but as it is an educational version, there are limitations on what can be done and not. So what is the first thing? So this is how you write main function in Python. So it's something like this. If the name, if we'll print simple thing, underscore name, it will tell you the name of a function. If it is main or module, if it is main, then print PyCharm. So this is how we can start with the main function. This is how we can start with the main function. So whatever is written here will be executed, and then we can have I can define other methods and I can call those methods from main function, as it is the case in every programming language that define a main function and call everything from main function. So if I'll run it, it will simply say PyCharm. So the simple question is the font visible or should I increase the font size?
Visible, sir.
Okay, thank you. Bharat, for this we cannot use Google Colab. I want to show you how to create packages and all. We can do it in Google Colab also, but it's a better. This is a better platform where I can demonstrate it effectively. So here, let's say here, I'm adding let's a file called maths underscore op.py. So it's a maths.py file, and I want to create it as a, let's say, module where I can write mathematical functions. For example, let's say I want to write add function, which can take two arguments a and b, and it will return a plus b. So here what I can do is I can try this thing. I can write this thing in a try catch block. So not catch, in Python it is try except block. So if there is no error while execution, it will return a plus b. Otherwise, I'll return none. Means the person who is trying to call this function should know what he is doing, what he is passing. So if he is passing only two integers or two floats, one integer, one float, it should return addition of these two. Or if it is passing two strings, it will add two strings, it will return. But if it is passing one string with one number, something like that, which is not allowed, it should give some error. So I'm not erasing the error, but we are returning none, something like that. So the name of this file is maths underscore op.py. Name of this file is maths underscore op.py. So now this file is next to our main file. This file is next to our main file. So what can I do is I can import, let's say, maths underscore op. You can see here. And I can write it as a short form also, mo. And then what we can do, I can call the function mo.add by passing, let's say, 1, 2, and result is in result variable, and let's print the result. Oh, not shift enter, run main file. So result is 3. If I'll pass 1, 2.6, it's also okay. 2.5 result is okay. But instead of this, if I'll pass ABC and if I'll run it, the result is none. It is not allowed, something like that. So here what I did is Now I can call this match_op as a package, in which I can write the functions as per my requirement. Let's say if I want to add n number of things, what can I do? Def add. What can I pass here? Should I write star arg or double star arg? What should I write? Star arg or double star arg? Let's say I'm printing star args. That's what I'm doing. I'm not returning anything. Let's say. And here I'm calling the function, let's say mo dot add by passing three numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, something like 5, 4, 5. And if I'll run it, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where it's ARGS. And what will be the type of this ARGS? We have done this in one of our previous sessions. I hope you remember passing a number of arguments. Type text one argument or three arguments. And the list except one argument got two. So what actually this ARGS is? Yes, class? Someone please respond. So I know I can pass it as arguments. Anyone can remember it? Do anyone remember it? What is this ARGS? How to process it? Okay. Let's say, can I write something like this? Sum is equal to 0. And then for argument in star ARGS, sum is equal to sum plus ARG. Should be ARGS or ARG? Let's say ARGS. I'll write it within this thing try block, and then except if there is any error, we should return none, and there is no error, then we should return sum. Is it right, guys? You have studied this thing, no? I forgot colon over here. So we are using for loop to iterate the arguments, and let's say here result is equal to this, and let's print the result. So result is 15, 5 plus 4, 9 plus 3, 12, 14 and 1, 15. So yes, it's possible. So basically, we know there are maths libraries and all, but if we want to do something, we can do like this, and we can write the packages. So sorry, we can write the modules. So what is the basic use, or what is the basic goal of module? Can anyone tell me? What is the basic goal of module? Why do we use modules and all? What's the main purpose of module? Anyone from the class? See, whenever you are doing any coding or any development, so do you like to repeat one code again and again? No. What you do? You will copy paste it. You will open that file, copy that code, paste it over here, and you are like, okay, done over here. It's like reusing it. You are reusing the code. Here you are not reusing the code. You are copy pasting the code. You are reproducing it. But instead of that, if I'll paste everything, if I'll put all the codes in one file, and if I'm using that file again and again, and if I'm using that file again and again, so can I call it a reusing the code? Yes, I am reusing the code. I am not rewriting the code. I am not even copy pasting the code. I am simply referring to that file, and from that file I am calling particular method or class or object or anything. So this is called as reusability. Am I right? So let's say now here is our main function where we have imported it. So have we studied something like dir function? So to dir function, can I pass mo, which is a short form for mathsop? So if you will see here, so there is an add method, output of this dir function. So there is an add method. You can get the name, you can get the package name, you can get the doc, you can get even file name. So let's say what is a file name. So let's print this mo dot underscore underscore file underscore underscore. See, this file is located here. So it will not only give you the file name, it is giving you the entire file path. That in teaching learning directory, there is a folder called learning, then there are modules folder, and in that there is a mathsoft.py file, which is this file. So similarly, let's say if you want, what's the package? So it's under no package. The file is under, this is a module which is under no package. What about name? So this is a module now which is under no package. So the name is mathsoft. It is short from the name is mathsoft. It is in this file. There is add method. Is it, have it specified that there is an add method with two different versions? One which takes variable number of arguments, one which takes two arguments, and so on. Have it specified something like this? No. It will only take, there is an add method. And now if I type mo dot add, so it will say it's, there is a method like this, and so on. So class, any doubt till this point? So if you have some particular file name, for example, let's say if I am importing, let's say numpy as np, and now what I'm doing is, so numpy is a module, everyone knows what numpy is. It's a numerical Python module, and I'm going for np.file. See, in an Anaconda folder, there is a lib directory in which there is a site package directory in which there is a num folder, and there is init.py file numpy folder in which the code for this is available. In which the code for this is available. Similarly, let's say if I'll import, let's say from numpy import, let's say I can import anything. So it's similar thing is provided here also. So basically, this is the module we have created. So let's say if I want to create multiple modules, so can I create and place multiple modules in one folder? Let's say if here I am creating a folder, module new, a directory. I'm calling it, let's say my package. Or let's say I'm calling it maths pack, and this file over here, let's say I'll copy this file and I'm pasting it inside this maths pack folder. inside this maths pack. So there is a maths pack folder in which now I have pasted the maths.py file. So okay, I'll close this file now. So can I do something like this? Let's say from maths pack import maths.op. I'll comment this thing. Okay. From maths pack import what? Maths op. And now I'll use it over here. I'll replace mo by maths pack. Maths pack, maths pack, mo dot file name, mo dot name, and here I'm adding mo dot package also. Now if I'll run it, see here, the first print statement, mo dot file, it's available at this location. What's the name? It's mathpack dot mathop. So mathpack is a package name and mathop is a module inside that package. And here if you'll say mathpack is a package name. So now this is a package. So whenever let's say you have multiple modules, if you have multiple modules, so there is no fun in storing or saving all the modules separately and calling those modules separately. We can create a package out of that module. We can create a package out of that module and we can place all the module files inside one folder. We can place or we can keep all the module files inside one folder, and let's say when that folder will become a package, then that folder will become a package, and then we can use that folder, and then we can use that folder as a package name. See here, from maths pack import math off, or I can simply write from maths pack import star. And the moment I have specified from maths pack import star. So can I simply write math underscore op here? We have imported, but it will not work. Why? Can anyone tell me who is having basic understanding of Python why it will not work? Because it's not the module. It's not what? The module. For instead of that, if I write from maths pack dot maths of import star, and now if I delete this thing, math of dot add, let's I'll comment these things. Now will it work? Yes, it's 15 and for earlier it's none. So we can use this also if we want. So we can import star from this. And so on. So class, any doubt till this point? Anyone having any doubt or any query? Then what is a module, what is a package, how to create it, why to create it, and so on? No? No. Then we can create our own packages or we can create our own module. Can anyone tell me for which application I should create a package or sorry, I should create a module first? Anyone? You tell me the application and I'll use that as example. So it's a new Python file. And for it it's a my module underscore one Python. Yes, class. Anyone? No? Okay. Then let's go and we'll stick to simple thing. Like maths or I'll create another package, sorry, another module with simple things. For example, let's say I want to do some database operations. If I want to do some database operations, then I need to have user ID, and I will not store those IDs in a file. Am I right? I will not store those IDs in a file and give it as a programmer that okay, you write this username and password in your file and you can use it. So I will not do that. Am I right? I will not do that. Instead of that, what can I do? I can create a user ID. Let's say Ajay. Then password as let's say Ajay123, something like this. I'll store this information in this file and then I'll ask the user. Here I'll create one more file. Let's say test my module. So here I'll import my module 1 and then from that module I can import let's say my module 1 dot user ID, and similarly I can take dot password. So this is another example where you can use it actually, where you have some information and you don't want a programmer, you don't want to expose that information to programmer. You can simply tell them, okay, these are the dummy user ID and password, you use it. For that, you can create such a file. And then when you are implementing it in real time or when you are deploying it in real time, you can simply replace the username and password. So this is one application. Then let's say, can we create a class? So is this how we create a class or we need to write def class? If I want to create a class in Python, so how do we write? We simply write class or something else. Anyone? Those who are familiar with class? Let's say I'll write class and I'll call it at, let's say class 1. And then I can define some methods like, for example, say hi is a method which will simply print hi, then def, let's say by is another method which will simply print by, and I'm adding another method, let's say double underscore. Let's say thanks, and it will print thanks. So now in my modules, my module underscore one.py file, in this module, I have a class with 3 methods: say hi, say bye, and double underscore say thanks. Double underscore say thanks. So now here I can call this thing. Let's say my module 1 dot class 1 dot, there is a method say hi, then there is a method say bye, But can you see the method say thanks over here? So there will not be any method called say thanks. And why it is so? Because say thanks method is a private method. Say thanks method is a private method. So have I used any time the keyword thanks private over there? See, my module one dot say hi. It requires one missing means what? I cannot call this method. I need to first create the object and then call the method. Am I right? So how can I create the object of this thing? Is it something like this? And then a dot say hi, a dot say bye, and if I'll go with a dot, there is say hi method, there is say bye method, but there is no say thanks method. Why? Because hi and bye, these methods are public methods. Hi, say hi and say bye. These methods are public methods. Whereas if you observe say thank method, this method is preceded by double underscore. Means what? This method is a private method. This method is a private method. So if I'm defining a private method inside the class, I can, and the class is defined inside my module. I can create the object of instead of this class. I can call the method say hi. I can call the method say bye. But say thanks method cannot be called, and it will not be visible also. It will neither be called or not be visible. Similarly, these are usernames and passwords. Take it. Now what I'm any doubt class till this point? Creating the class inside a module, then we created the class inside the module, then we created the object of that class, and from then we call the method from that class also. So can I write something like this? Let's say from my module one import star, and here instead of calling this thing my module one dot class, can I write something like this? Class one. Yes, we can do that also. So from this module, we imported star. So when we imported star, we imported user ID also, we imported password also, and we imported class one also. And I can directly use class one to create the object and then call the methods on that object. So any doubt class till this point? No? Good. So now what I'm doing is I'm copy pasting these codes in a chat section for your reference. So where we can define things in the class and we can use it. So now one more thing. Let's say I'm adding a print statement here. Like say this is my module. This is what my module. And now what I'm trying to do is I am commenting the entire thing. I'm commenting what? The entire thing. And now if I'll run this function, what will happen? See here. It will print. This is my module. So why it happened? Why it happened? Because the moment we imported module underscore one. So let's say I'm commenting this thing. The moment we imported module underscore one, everything gets executed. So the value will be assigned to user ID. This value will be assigned to password. Then the class will be created and all. And along with everything, this print statement will also be executed. Along with everything, this print statement will also be executed. But now let's say I'll comment import module and I'm using from module underscore one import star. Now this is also executed. So it doesn't matter whether you are importing star or you are using simple import, the print statements will be executed. So that's why in a module you should not write print statement. Everything will be executed. The moment you will import it, the moment you will import this file, everything will be executed, and that's why in while creating the module, you are not supposed to write any print statement in it. Otherwise, that print statement will also be executed. Any query class till this point? Anyone? Okay, no query. Good. Uh, so, guys, can you tell me some practical examples where you can use this package and modules? So I told you the scenarios. Simply tell me, okay, this is something that we can do or something that we can create. Anyone class? So in a company also, when you are doing some kind of development, so you can give some ready-made packages to other team that, okay, use these function calls, do not write something on your own. So it's reusability and so on. So this was about basic things about package and module. So let's create one package. For what we can create a package. Let's say I want to create a package for CSV file. I'm calling it as a CSV files. So this is a directory. In that directory, let's say I have one Python file for what? New Python file for read CSV. So what we can do is import. Let's say I'm importing OS. Here I'm writing a file called read CSV file is a function which I'm defining, which takes file name as a argument. Which takes what? File name as a argument. Now, what can we do? So first thing that we should do is if void dot path dot exists what? The file that you want me to read. The file that you want me to read. Does this file exist? If it exists, then only I can read the data from that file. Let's say data is equal to, or it's something like this, fp is equal to open this file name in read mode, then data is equal to fp.read. Okay, it's not a complete code. I'm just writing this code just to check. Return the data. Else, what we will return? None. If file does not exist, then is there any content in the file? No. It should return what? None. So in test my module function, sorry, in this file, okay, let me comment these things. So what will do? From csv.files import read csv. So read csv is a file, and then here let's say file name is equal to main.py is the file that I want to read. I know it is not a CSV file, but just go for it. And then data is equal to read CSV dot read CSV file by passing what? File name. And then we'll print the data. Let's run it. What's wrong with this thing? Yes. These are the contents of the file main.py. Yes, it's working fine. So now what I wanted to tell you is where is the code? Read CSV file. Am I right? So this read csv.py file is inside which folder? CSV files folder. Am I right? So is there any file called main.py next to this read CSV? No. Read csv.py in the folder in which this file is, in that folder there is no file called main.py. So main.py file is present in a folder in which the current file is there. Here have I passed the what you can say? Do I pass the complete path that this is the external path from this folder? Sorry, from the beginning of a folder, let's say D drive or something like that. No, I have not passed it. Do I pass such thing? No, I have not passed it. Still, it was able to read the file. Still, it was able to read the file and view the content. Means what? It doesn't matter where the package is, where the module is. If I'm calling that package or if I'm calling that module from here, then all the file locations that all the file names or paths that I should pass to that module or to that package must be related to what? The file in which you are calling the package or you are calling the module. So the paths are local. Don't treat like, okay, I'm passing it to that module is in another folder. Will it work or not? Don't worry. Simply pass the file name which are relative to the current file and everything will be taken care of. And everything will be taken care of. So here, if it is, let's say, okay, I'm creating here one CSV file. Let's say file one.csv, and in that file I'll write one Ajay DE and CE. Let's say roll number 2 Umesh DE AI, something like this. So this is a file. So if we'll pass the file to read.csv, it will read the file. So now tell me, after reading, what should I do with that file in CSV file? How can I create that file? How can I treat that file? So can I do something like this? Let's say here I'm calling, let's say ARR is equal to or let's I'm calling it as a data ARR as a blank, and here I'm writing something like this: for line in data, whatever it is, I'm calling ARR is equal to line dot split it on comma, we are having ARR, and then data ARR dot append what ARR, and then after for loop we are returning data ARR. So what we are doing here, we are reading the file line by line. We are reading the file line by line. Initially data ARR is a blank list. We are after reading the line, what we are doing, we are splitting that line on comma, so we will get a list, and we are adding that list into data ARR. So ultimately we have a list of lists. So ultimately what we have, a list of a list. And now let's say here instead of main.py I'm writing one.csv. So how is it getting read? So here it is 1 comma Ajay and so on. It's AJAYPEA. Some mistake I must have done in that read.csv file. We are saying that line dot split. So when we say for line in data, okay, I should not use it something like this. I should change the code. Let's say for line in FP, and here I will write data ARR is equal to empty. I guess this might be the right way to write the code. Yes, and now it's a list of list. So first list contain first, second list contain second thing. Here there is the backslash n. So can anyone tell me what to do just to remove the backslash n? Otherwise, for every line other than last line, there will be backslash n. What can I do to solve this problem? Yes, guys, what can I do to solve this problem? I can go here, and before splitting it, I can go with line is equal to line dot strip. So which will remove all the trailing and leading white spaces. So white spaces means tab, space, new line character, anything. So yes, it's fine. And now this data I can process it in line by line by line. Let's say for a row in data, I can print the row at first. So I can proceed now. So this is the first row, this is the second row, and then from every row I can get the required information. So yes, so we can read CSV file. So this is the module which you have created to read the CSV file, convert the data into list of lists, and return that data. And if file does not exist, it will return what? None. If file does not exist, it will return what? None. So let's try that also. So instead of one, I'll write one.csv, and if I'll run it, for row in idea it says type error, none type object is not iterable. Means what? It is saying that the function has written none, and for using none, on that none I cannot apply this for loop. So here then I can use something like this: if data means if it is not none. If data stands for what? If it is not none, then only print it. Else we can print file does not exist. So it says file does not exist, and instead of 11.csv, if it is 1.csv, it will write this thing. And here I can format also, curly brackets, colon, file does not exist, and then I can write format, and here I can write file name. So this particular file name that you are trying to use, it does not exist. So 11.csv file does not exist. So basically, you create the modules for the things which does not exist or are not supported by Python library. And let's say if I want to add this csv folder, I don't want that, I want to add it to the path, that it should be accessible everywhere. Then what you can do is, you can simply add it to the path. You can simply add it to the system path. And if this CSV file folder, if you have added it to the system path, then you can use not only in this project, you can use this module, CSV files module, not only in this project, but you can use it in any project if you will add this folder to system path. Any doubt, class, in this thing? Anyone? How it is created and so on? No? Okay. Then let me add one more function. Let's say def write CSV file. Here we are passing the data along with file name. And then what we can do? So we know the data will be in this format, in list. So I need to use a for loop. And before for loop, what can I do is this. We'll open the file, fp is equal to open this file name in write mode. Once it is open, what can I do? I want to write it in a CSV file. No? So what can I do? I can convert this thing. Line is equal to what? Comma dot join. We have already discussed it, what it does. What it will do? It will simply join every element in a list by comma and will generate one string. We can close the fp dot close. And what we can do is, if everything goes right, we will return true, and if there is any problem, we will return false. So let's say in this test here, we already have a data. So I called, let's say, check is equal to read csv dot. Okay, please excuse for this wrong convention. So data, I'm supposed to write, and file name is let's say it is 2.csv. File name is 2.csv, and here we are checking if check is true, then we'll print file created, else print some error, something like that. So what's the problem here? Copy, paste. There was a spelling mistake in check. So on. So if I'll run it, let's say some error. So 2.csv, it was not able to write in a CSV file. There was some error and so on. So we can create the packages. So we'll stop here today. Any query class in today's session?